what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of the Shoot, Edit, Post podcast. I'm your host, Denzel. Excuse the mess in my background. Me and my wife are currently in the process of moving, so stuff is getting packed up and everything. In this episode, we're going to be interviewing our first guest, which is really cool. He's a good friend of mine, Javon Jordan. He has the channel called Art of Speed, and he does car reviews. And so this episode is a little bit, we talked about a lot of stuff, so I did a lot of cutting down for time's sake. So we're going to actually be hopping into the middle of our conversation, but essentially he's kind of talking about his first dealership that he did a car review with, how he got started with doing car reviews and what the early time was like for him when he was first getting into it. We cover topics such as how to handle the highs and lows, perseverance, how not to give up even when you get a bunch of no's. We even talk about how being a Christian affects his journey as a creator and how he depends on God for success with his career. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Whether you're watching this episode on YouTube or listening to it, thanks so much for being here. All right, let's hop into it.
Lord, I know it's about to be easy. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's about to be easy. Let's go. And next thing I know, I went to the dealership and they said no. Fast forward to, I say 10 no's until I got my first yes. And that's when it started with my car reviews. I started doing car reviews and I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to do some car reviews. I didn't really tell too much people about it. I was just going to start it. And I was basically, when I started, I came from 0 followers, 0 views and everything like that to making car reviews. In the first week, I hit 1,000 views from the first month. So it took me 6 months to start getting paid from YouTube. And I was like, yo, I'm actually getting paid from YouTube. This is pretty cool. Nobody actually believed what I said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People was like, you're lying. I was like, no, I actually getting paid from YouTube. Like, some people believe me because they was like, yo, the numbers that you're hitting right now, this is unordinary for a beginner YouTuber who's starting out doing stuff.
Wow. It sounds like you had some really good success in the beginning. So you pretty much stepped out there. I know you had some no's, but once you started getting those yeses, you said that first video you got over like 5,000 views.
The first video that I ever dropped was the Kia Sorento. The first video I ever dropped was the Kia Cadenza. Okay. The first week was 1,000 views, and I was like, yo. So my second video that I dropped was a Camry, and that's the one that hit 5,000.
Got you.
1 week.
Got you. But hitting those thousands of views, some people don't see that out the gate. So some people listening might say, well, how in the world he do that? I posted these videos. I'm only getting like 20 views, 40 views, 50 views. What would you say to people? What would you say to the people about how you were able to do that, or what encouragement you would give them?
The encouragement I would give them is, first things first, how I was able to give it is, like I said, the Lord gave me a vision, and I believe that He stamped His approval on it because of the fact that when I started out, when I first started doing it, I was hesitant. I was like, yo, no. What if I don't get no views? You know what I'm saying? So the encouragement behind that is just keep going. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get start out getting these 1,000 of views or whatever, if you even, me personally, my expectations was at least if I got 20 views. If I would have got 20 views, I would have been still up here telling you the story up to the day. Yeah. 'Cause I would just, my expectations was 20. But, you know, for the believers out there, God always go above and beyond. Yeah. But for the non-believers out there who is listening to it, hey, God is still there. He's live. And just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop on 10 views or 20 views. You know what I'm saying? My expectation was 20 views. So if I got 20 views, imagine if you sitting in front of an audience and it was 20 people. You know what I'm saying? And you had to replay that same segment or that same video 20 times.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of times. Actuality and reality, if that was a person who was up in this, I would say up on a stage, who was actually performing that in front of 20 views, 20 in front of 20 people and 20 times.
Yeah.
Actuality is a lot of times.
Yeah. So I guess really the thing that we're taking away from what you're saying is to basically not get so caught up in the numbers. You might, everybody's experience is different. You might get a bunch of views, but to not allow the views to cause you to stop. Like if you don't meet your expectation, don't allow that to be what determines whether or not you're going to keep going or if you're going to keep uploading or not. So because your video, your first video got 1,000 and your second got 5,000, the opposition wasn't necessarily getting the views because it wasn't about that for you to begin with. For you,
correct,
it was about being obedient to what God told you to do.
Yeah.
And the next thing was being able to push through the opposition that you were getting when you were trying to go to those dealerships and they kept telling you no, and you had to keep pushing.
Yeah, because even when, like I said, even when I got the 5,000, you know what I'm saying? So the opposition, so I got the views, but me sitting down with the manager at that time, he said, hey, your video is putting my people videos to shame. And so you would think, oh man, apply you. Hey, we're gonna get you. We're gonna hire you. We want you to do all our videos. And they were like, no. He literally wanted me to get out the dealership and go find a different one. So I was like, so it was kind of discouraging because you had 5,000 views. You just, you know what I'm saying, came off a big win. You like, oh man, you know the Lord is in this. But he said no. The dude said no. So you have the opposition out there that like, oh shoot, hold on. If you are winning, just continue on pressing through. But if you're not winning, if you are looking for the views, just keep pressing. You know what I'm saying? So it's both being consistent and keep pushing through.
Can't get too high and too low either way.
Yeah.
I think another thing that you said, okay, so 6 months you hit partnership program, and now you're making money from YouTube. What is that like, and what was going through your mind when you obtained that? Because 6 months to me sounds very fast. So just kind of talk to me about that, and what was that like?
Okay. So 6 months, basically, like I said, it was 6 months. To me, like to other people, it seemed like 6 months was fast. To me, 6 months was not fast at all because of the fact that I still had to go out and find other content. This is around by the time I'm working with one dealership now. So I have one dealership, and 9 times out of 10, if you know different dealerships or different makes, have like Hyundai have probably like 6 different models. So I have basically 6 different models that I can review and like different trim levels, but at the same time I'm still like, yo, hold on, where is the next review going to come?
I got you.
So 6 months getting to that was, to me, felt like it felt like a year, but to other people, it was probably like, oh dang, that's fast. But seeing it once I saw it, and once they said, once I got the email and all the information that I had to give them, I was like, yo, hold on, did I do it? And yes, I got a big head, and I said I did it. I did not say Jesus did it, God did it. I did not say that at all. I did it. At the time, what I'm saying, because you can get caught up in that. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can get caught up in the views. You can get caught up in what you're doing because you're looking at God like, what you have done. Hold on, Lord. You ain't did nothing. But the whole time he did do something. He created you. He created you. He gave you his abilities. I always humble myself now because I look at the creation that God did is have created with His words in the beginning of time. And I'm like, dang, Lord, I'm a creator just like you. You gave me this. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, bro.
Because I was like, yo, I create things just like what you created. And this is amazing. So that pride is easily to come. It's like it's just like what the word said. Pride come before the fall, because you get prideful, you're gonna fall, because it's like you're not humbling yourself. You're not telling the Lord, like, hey, we done this. We have done this, because the Lord would actually want to work with you as a partnership. Even when I'm starting out doing my car reviews, I'm praying and I'm asking the Holy Spirit, hey, help me. I cannot do this on my own. So I'm humbling myself now. But back then, no, I was not humbling myself. It was like, all right, cool. I got this, Lord. But send the check when it hit the account, I was like, oh. So my first check was about $250. You know,
that's a good amount.
That's not a lot, because
it's still some money.
That was still some money, but you can look at other YouTubers who's like, oh, well, I just got my first paycheck from YouTube, and this is how much money it was. And I was looking like, wow, they got this much, and I'm hitting views like this. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. I was like, God darn it, oh no. So now you get to this other point that, dang, I gotta get to that level now. I didn't surpass the dealership. Now I gotta get to, I need to start making big bucks on YouTube.
Right. And I guess too, based on what you were saying, because like again, having it's good to hear people's perspectives, as you can see how everybody thinks differently, and this can help everyone out there. Your path is going to be different, because I'm like, oh, 6 months is fast. You did that fast, but you're like, it may seem fast to somebody else, but you had, based on how your model works for your YouTube videos, you need a lot of reviews. And if you only have one dealership, that's not a lot of content for you, because that one dealership is only carrying that one brand, like you said, in certain models and certain trims. I'm not a car person, but I kind of pick up a little bit hanging out with this guy. So I'm trying to stay with it. I'm trying to stay with him, but I'm not really a car person. But basically, I can see why you're like, all right, I have to figure this out, because I can't survive off of, my channel can't survive off of one dealership, because I need to have a lot more reviews coming in.
At first I had two, and then, like I said, one left me. So I still had to go out, and once I went out, I got to know again. I was like, look, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I had the portfolio. So most people like, get the portfolio. Yes, they didn't want to see that. I was like, so, it's different things. Like, yes, have your portfolio, so when they do want to see it and they do ask, they be like, all right, cool, this is what you have. I'm an artist, so I like to draw. And people used to always tell me, hey, you should sell your art to tattoo parlors. I was like, all right, cool, I can do that. Duh. So I went out, sold my art to a tattoo parlor. The first tattoo parlor, bought it. Boom. No sweat. Second tattoo parlor, my man critiqued my drawing. He scribbled over it. He said, nah, this is how it's supposed to be. This. And he's like, nah, I don't want to buy it. I was done. I stopped drawing for about a month, and I did not go to the next tattoo parlor. So that's a backstory behind that, as in I just stopped completely. And so me having that opposition with another person actually telling me that from me doing videos, I was like, yo, I'm gonna continue on doing this, because this is what God told me to do.
Yeah. It's like a journey, I feel like as creators, we have a journey that we have to go on. Some people may start something and follow it through all the way. And praise God, good for you if you do that. But you had, as a creator, and you are a very good artist, by the way, just because I've seen his artwork, so he's really good. But you had somebody who critiqued it and said, no, And at that time, that no stopped you in your track. But it taught you a lesson that you use for now, for when you were getting this started for your YouTube channel. So this time when you got your nose, you had that experience in the past that you learned from, and now you had this resistance build up to not quit. So you weren't.
Yeah.
This time when you heard the no, it didn't stop you. It stopped you before, but this time the no didn't stop you.
Yeah.
So I guess fast forward and where you are now with the amount. So how many dealerships do you have on your roster now?
So, man, I got 25 different dealerships on my roster.
Starting
from 0 to the 1.
Yeah.
Well, starting from 0 to 2,
Yeah.
back to 1 to 25.
Wow.
And Zell can vouch. You know what I'm saying? He actually went on a shoot with me one time to
Couple
to one
shoots.
of the dealership, and they rolled out the red carpets for your boy. You know what I'm saying?
It did. I was like, this man is a celebrity. You're like, which car you want? Here, just grab the keys. Do whatever you need to do. Given that and where your channel is now, 1 million views later, the ups and the downs, how when you look back over your career thus far, what's like your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is to look back over it is I can't do it without God. That's my biggest takeaway. From trying to do it without God, struggling, to now I'm like, yo, all right, Lord, it's us. It's us. So that's my biggest takeaway. Most people, I feel like most people, if we are talking, like, just take God out of it, you know what I'm saying? If we take God out of it, most people would probably say their takeaway is, the biggest takeaway will be probably some of the dealerships, you know what I'm saying, that told you no, you know? Because, like, most people, it's like, oh, I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look at me now.
Right.
You're begging for me.
I feel like that's like so important though, because it's like you need both. Yet we have God, and He's the one who's guiding us and directing us, but we also have to be obedient, and He's guiding you to where to go, and you have to be consistent. That's another part of it too. And your consistency shows up in that because of where you were to where you are now. It's not like God dropped everything on your lap either, so you depend on Him. No. But like you said, it's you and Him together, and you're working together in this, in what He called you to do. So that's awesome. All right, so we've seen the past, we talked about the present a little bit. What does the future hold in store for the vision that you have? Where is Artist Speed going from YouTube, social media in the future? What's the picture?
Man, the picture, the vision got brighter now. So the vision got a little bit brighter. I want Artist Speed to basically own some dealerships. So it would be the AOS dealership, but at the same time having my own production company, and just becoming a more basically, I would say megastar, but I want to be a megastar, but bring God all the glory. So
yeah, Javon, Artist Speed, he knows what he's talking about. Make sure you listen to this guy. But bro, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, for being the first guest. So you got breaking it in. So first official guest on the podcast. So we'll have to get you on again at some point, and check in with you and see where you're at.
I got you.
All right. Well, we just thank you all so much for watching this episode. Thank you for being here. And until next time, peace.